Namaste. Excuse my breathing. I just had to make a quick little adjustment because a big, beautiful black butterfly tried to, came to say hi, but, I wasn't completely namaste, and I didn't want it to land on me, and I didn't want it to hurt. I didn't want to hurt it, like in a panic. So I'm a little out of breath, y'all. A little out of breath. But I'm walking, so you can walk with me until I can find a space to sit down. I just wanted to make a video today. It's a beautiful day. It's a very lovely day. And don't mind me, I'm going uphill too. And I am a little out of shape. So I'm working on it. But yeah, I wanted to make a video. I'd actually recorded it yesterday. Excuse my puffy eyes. I have sinus and I believe some allergies that can cause me to be puffy and stuff around the eye area. So just take me as I am. But yeah, I wanted to make a video. I made it yesterday, but my lips was doing their crusty thing and there was some other stuff going on. So I'm gonna try to remake it today, and hopefully the thoughts will be there. I was gonna go to one bench, and now I'm thinking of another one. If y'all walk with me, y'all really about to hear some struggle ass breathing, because if I go to this other bench, I'm gonna have to go up this super steep hill. So I'll try to pace myself. But yeah, the video I made yesterday is kind of right in the end of the reversal of the Roe versus Wade. And I just, had noticed some things about this whole situation. I've had some thoughts, and I just want to see if anybody can connect with me on the thoughts that I've had. So, yeah, y'all, this is a steep hill. I don't know if y'all can see it. Whew. It's going to be a steep hill. So bear with me. I got to get my breath synchronized. So I just noticed some things. So one of the things that I noticed is the face of the upset, or those who feel jaded, or those who are like really against this ruling. The face of it is white women. And I'm not surprised. But I guess the thing that is kind of bothersome to me is it's been projected like the greatest group of women that are having abortions is black women. So that always kind of like befuddled me, because I'm going to tell you guys, I personally don't know anyone who's had an abortion. Maybe a few of my fellow sisters have had an abortion, and they didn't share that with me, which they definitely wouldn't have to. But I don't know many black women who've had an abortion. And then, they like to state that we are the highest group of out of marriage birth, right? So it's just weird, because as a black woman, I always felt attacked, because I'm like, one way you say we're the highest group of single mothers, and then the other breath we say we're the highest group of women that are getting abortions. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm almost to the top, to this bench, and at the top it gets steeper. So it just was bothersome to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? What narrative? Which one do you want it to be for us, right? You want us to be the ones having the most children out of wedlock, and you also want us to be the group that's having abortions the most. Meanwhile, even when I was younger, I'm like, I know white women is having abortions, but it's like they always projected onto black women. I know other races of women are having abortions, but they always want to project it onto black women. All right, y'all. I'm at the top. I'm at the top. But if you are on social media, you can see, I'm sure, yeah, there's black women vocalizing their upset and stuff, but the majority of those vocalizing their upset regarding this reversal is white women. So I'm just like, that's funny because they want to make it seem like abortion is just a necessity for, black women, but it's tons and tons and tons of Caucasian women making videos, Asian women, Mexican, whatever, making videos showing they're upset, okay? And so, and it's, more of them than black. I've probably seen 2 or 3. I'm sure there's more, But I'm not surprised, y'all, because this is what, it's always been. But to me, it's easy to make the black woman the target of everything bad and everything wrong. But that's changing now, Like I said, those who want to see truth will see truth. Those who don't, there's nothing you can do, to convince them otherwise. So, and these are just my observations, right, you guys? But in saying that, even white women of different nationalities are coming in like, we support you, American women, and and all that stuff. I don't really have a view about abortion. I mean, I guess I don't, because graciously, I've never had to get one, and then going forward, I won't need to get one, right? Because I won't need it future forward. And I've been blessed to have children. And then, but I can't speak on everybody else's situation, right? I can't, because, I know that there's women who have been raped. I know it's women who are dealing with like molestation, incest, and all kinds of stuff. And my view is like, I think that's really foul that, not only does a woman's body have to be violated, she has to carry the seed of that person and give birth to that child. So I can't speak for another woman and what she does, with her body. But I don't know, a part of me is kind of like, in 2022, we do have a lot of ways to, prevent unwanted pregnancies. So to see the amount of people who are mad about abortions being overruled, it's kind of frightening to me, because I know that there is a percentage, and there's probably a large percentage, if we calculate, one is too many, right, of women being raped, being molested, young girls being molested, teenagers being dealing with incest, their family messing with them, or like, just being preyed upon, that will end up pregnant or have some horrible outcome. One is too many, so that's a lot. But in comparison to the amount of women that are getting abortions for that reason, and women who are getting abortions because they regret who they got pregnant by, or they're just, not their partner. Let me say their partner, because I feel like men should bear more of the brunt since they carry the seed. That's my opinion. One thing I've always thought, and you guys have heard this before, it's ironic that it's on the woman to control access to birth with, i.e. birth control pills and whatnot. But a woman can only get pregnant once a year, whereas a man can get probably 5 women pregnant a month, you know what I'm saying? Or more than that, depending on that man. So it just seems a little odd that it's the responsibility lays on the woman to not get pregnant. That seems that, I have my views on that. I just think it's ridiculous. But anyways, of course, as women, we have to protect ourselves, because, you never know what some men are on. But in saying that, men should definitely be responsible. And men are definitely, responsible for birth, right? When women say they get pregnant, it's habitual. I was explaining something to someone the other day, and I said I got pregnant, but I corrected myself, and I said we conceived, me and my ex-husband. But we say we get pregnant as if this man isn't sticking a whole ass gun with a whole bunch of ammunition in you, or let's not say gun, a whole seed stick with a whole bunch of seeds, that if the seeds get planted, is going to grow children. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I just feel like men get the cop out on that. Then on top of that, just everything, everything. Women have to be responsible for not getting pregnant. Women are responsible for what happens when we get pregnant, and so forth and so forth. I think that's ridiculous. So if we were really going to have a discussion on that, that was balanced and fair. To me, it just seems like men should be more responsible for controlling birth, definitely than they are right now, or pregnancies. But, like I said, I can't speak for another woman. So I really have nothing to say. I mean, all I can say is for those black women, who are upset about this ruling, just now that you're aware, do your best to make sure that you do not have any pregnancies, or you do not get pregnant by a man that you do not feel worthy of bringing a child into this world for. And when I say worthy, I'm not just talking about feelings. A man who will be able to provide the quality of life for you and that child, and then you reciprocate what you have to offer as a woman, and so forth. Definitely don't do that. Don't do that. Use every precaution necessary. It takes such a little bit of time, and I get in the heat of the moment and stuff, but you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. But I know that there are some circumstances that are out of some women's control, and so should it be illegal, if they decide to terminate that pregnancy? I don't think so. And like some people said, like, people are still going to find a way to do it. It's just going to be it's still going to be done. It's not going to stop. But my whole point is, to bring up how, it has always been on the black woman as the face of abortion. But I'm making a playlist. I've been making a playlist, and to see the multitude of white women coming out, very livid that this has been overturned. That they feel like their rights have been taken away, and all this other stuff. So another thing to say about that is, in the process, a lot of them not using and stating their discontent with this ruling, and they're upset with this ruling. A lot of them are giving their personal experiences and saying, basically implying that they've been raped. They are showing videos of them. Like I still have the outfit I wore that day, and just telling the stories of them being raped, and it's a lot. And I'm just like, dag, this opened up another portal in my mind, and I'm like, well, who's doing all this raping of these white women? When they tell these stories, it sounds like it's personal. It sounds like it's someone close to them, boyfriends, whatnot. And I'm like, that's not black men. I mean, typically when black men do something to violate a Caucasian woman, it's all over the airways. You're going to know that happened. But for these hundreds and hundreds of white women, probably hundreds of thousands, this is just what I've seen on the media that I have access to. They're coming out and they're saying that they've been raped. And so I'm sitting here thinking, like, okay, not only are white women, there's a multitude more of white women that have had abortions, that, it has been hidden. It has, been cloaked and veiled. Meanwhile, it's been redirected to the black woman as to why, abortion services are necessary. But a lot of these women are presenting that they have been raped. And I'm like, that's a lot of women saying they're being raped. And who's doing it? It's not black men. So I'm like, is that another, like, what's going on in the white community that so many white women and white girls and white teenagers are saying that they've been violated and they've been raped, You get what I'm saying? But that's just something else that, that is not spoken upon. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is to say, like, the one thing I notice is a lot of people like to finger point at black people and say where we fell. And I look at my community and my people, and sometimes I get discouraged, right? Um, but a lot of people, I've seen this of a multitude of races. They like to point at black people and say this, that, say false things. Sometimes some of the stuff they say is true, but it's isolated events, and they try to, lump it on black people as a whole. You know, I just watched a video. Ivy Anita, she showed a video of it was a Caucasian woman just opening up and saying how she had three separate I think it was four incidents in one month of white people just saying racist stuff around her when no black person was around. It's just like they had Tourette's. It just came out. You know what I'm saying? I might post that one down there, and I might post this little playlist that I've been making of all these white women saying that they've been sexually assaulted as well, because I'm like, who is doing this, right? And it's like they're saying this, but the faces of these people aren't being shown. But like, I'm just deductive reasoning these are white people, because like I said, if it's black people, if it's black men doing this, then the world will know. The world will know. But just observing all of this stuff, I'm just like, I'm just like, are people paying attention here? You know what I'm saying? Like, are people paying attention here? But like I was saying, is a lot of other races like to try to point out all the most toxic and negative things about black people, especially in the diaspora, us here in America. As I don't know how it is on the other continents and in the other countries, but and to move around as if they are superior. But I've been observing for a long time the woes of other races, and it's just like the infatuation that they have to try to shit on black people and make us the underdog makes us sick. Now, does every person in that race do it? No, they don't, but it is common and big enough for it to be noticed. I'm one person in one part of this world, or one part in this country, and I'm sure there are several other black people across this country who could probably say the same exact thing that I'm saying, right? And so if that is the case, then that means it's a lot more frequent and widespread than than some want us to think about. You know what I'm saying? Or to acknowledge. Let me say that, to acknowledge. But yeah, that's ridiculous. And I hope that people are paying attention, and for whatever ear that hears this, whatever race you are, I'm sure you understand what I'm saying. If you don't, then you don't. Give me a moment, y'all. I'm about to pass this path. About to cross some people. Hello. But I just believe an honest-hearted person, a person who is not deceived, a person who doesn't have an evil heart or an evil motive about how they live, can acknowledge truth, no matter who that's coming from and what it's about. Right? But a lot of people don't move that way. And that's why we still have these woes that we have, these ridiculous, remedial, dumb, ignorant woes on this planet in 2022. Because, I don't know. I was just thinking on my way here, everybody born here has a message. Everybody on this planet has a message. Everybody has something to share to the let me try to think of the word. The story that is what this world is right now and what it will be and what it was, right? We all have a voice and a message in that. But then sometimes I wonder, like, do some people have a message, or are just some people here to magnify other people's messages, if I can say that? Because The way you see how some people live and they don't even know how to think for themselves. They're scared to have their own thoughts. They're scared to voice their own opinions. They literally embody the ideals of a government or a country or something outside of them. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes I wonder, like, does everybody have a message, or or is it just some people here to help magnify certain messages, right? And that's all across the board, right? For whatever message that you need, because whatever message that needs to be resonated, you know, on this planet at this time. Um, and the messages that are happening now vibrate from what's happened in the past. And the messages that are happening now will vibrate towards what's going to happen in the future, right? But I don't know. That was just observations I made. I'm going to finagle and see if I want to throw something at the bottom of the video. But yeah, I was just like, is nobody noticing, like, that white women seem to desperately need abortions to stay around? And is nobody noticing, like, how many white women are saying they're being sexually assaulted? You know what I'm saying? But yet, and don't get me wrong, I don't, just to see how black men as a whole are identified as brute beasts, savages who can't control their lust and just want white women. But I'm just like, but who's doing all the sexual assaulting that they're talking about? And why don't we know who these people are? And apparently we didn't know a huge percent of the abortions that they had to get because of this stuff, right? Until this happened, right? So, yeah, that's just a thought. Hopefully I got it out there. More thoughts, a voice. I wanted to enjoy this freaking amazing day. I needed to get out and move around some. But I definitely hope all is well with you. I have a lot more thoughts. I'm just going to have to think about how to get them out there. Really, look at them cutting all the trees in the forest. Really, life is good and life is beautiful. And I hope it is that way for you guys. But other than that, not going to go that way. I'm not going that way. Let me quit. I gotta remember, I gotta say some jokes. Some jokes is just for personal people only. So. But I hope all is well with you. I hope you are enjoying this day, because every day that you get is just like such a beautiful thing, like to wake up and to just breathe and live and contribute something to this planet. You know what I'm saying? And I hope you're contributing something good. But until I hop on again, namaste, and I say